All right, we're in Joshua chapter 17, looking at verses 14 through 18. The first question, why did the children of Joseph say they needed more land? In verse 14, they say that why have you given me but one lot and one portion to inherit, seeing I am a great people? So because there are a lot of them, and because God has blessed them to have a lot of people, they're saying they should receive more land. Joshua's response in the second question, answering the second question in verse 15, he says, well, if you are such a great people, just go and cut down the wood country and you'll get some more land. Their response to that, which is the third question, why they say that wouldn't work, is that they can't do it because there are Canaanites there who have chariots of iron. And so they're effectively afraid of trying to go against these Canaanites. What's Joshua's final solution, and why does he say that? Joshua says in verse 17, you are a great people and have great power. You shall not have only one lot. Verse 18, the mountain shall be yours, for it is a wood country, and you shall cut it down, and the outgoings of it shall be yours, for you shall drive out the Canaanites, though they have iron chariots and though they be strong. Joshua says you can do this. You are strong, and also he's implying that because God is with them, they will be able to defeat this enemy. The last question, how can we apply this to areas in our life where we realize that we are greater than what's been given to us? Now, sometimes we think we're greater than what's been given to us, but we're looking particularly at the times when we actually are greater than what's been given to us in the sense of what's been entrusted to us. Maybe you're in a job and you know that you have abilities that supersede what's demanded of you in this job. Maybe in your church, you've been given a position and you realize, you know that you have abilities that God has given you and God has developed in you that are far greater than what this position is asking. Maybe you're not even given a position. You weren't even asked to serve in a position at your church, and you're just a member. You don't have an actual office or a position, and you know that God has given you abilities that can serve as service to the work, and that you can be used in other capacities. Maybe it's in your family. Maybe somehow you're undervalued in your family, in your home, or maybe it's in your friendships. People don't rely on you as you think they ought to for certain things. Whatever it is, there are ways in which we realize we have more ability than it can be used in what we've been entrusted with. And this speaks to that. Now, I want to quickly say, I'm not saying that we should just be content and not seek other ways of service or seek other ways to make use of what God has put in us. But when we can't, when we're not able to get a promotion, when we're not able to get another ministry assignment, and we're not able to be placed in a different position, when we are just stuck in that position, I think what this can say to us is that if we are so blessed, if we are a great people like the children of Joseph here, what we ought to do is use that greatness to expand upon what we have been entrusted with. They had been given this lot of land. There's the wood country that was adjacent to it. And they were commanded by Joshua, go and cut down that wood country. Use your greatness, both for cutting down the wood, but also use your greatness to conquer that enemy, who was also a formidable enemy. And so what he's saying is use your greatness, and instead of just expecting some extra favoritism because you are a great people, which is what they were suggesting. They were suggesting, it seems, to be given some of the other conquered territory so that they wouldn't have to fight for it and they wouldn't have to cut down the trees for it. They were expecting to just get ease and get a new position in context of what we're applying this. But rather than that, Joshua is saying is use that ability. So what does that look like in a job? If you're in a job and you know that you have greater ability, well, use that ability to enhance the job from within what you've been entrusted with, within your realm of responsibility. Do an extra assignment, do an extra project, or give more in the projects that you've been given. Do more and expand your territory from within your territory rather than looking for more territory. What does that look like in a church setting? If you've been entrusted with a position in church, or you haven't been trusted with a position at all. Well, from within your sphere, whatever you can do, whether you have another position or you have what you believe a lesser position or no position at all, do all that you're able to do. Expand that territory from within the territory rather than looking for and waiting for more territory. And whatever it is, in whatever way we find ourselves underused, undervalued, underutilized, we can expand, use that ability, use our gifts to give more, to put in more, and do whatever we can that God is giving us the power to do. And finally, just like the promise of Joshua, he says, hey, those people have iron chariots. Those people are strong. But you, in light of the promise of God, can conquer them, and you can expand your territory. And this is a promise, I believe, for us as well. If we, in the harmony with the grace of God, in line with the promises of God, work diligently to expand the territory God has entrusted to us, surely we will conquer it, and we will do great and mighty things for his service.